Hi, this video is a part of 3D CAD Tools Workshop of Taste brought to you by SAINTGITS IEDC. This video would be a part of the tutorials for 3D CAD using Onshape. Let's start with part 1, Nut using Onshape. So after you set up your Onshape account, you may access your Onshape software by going to cad.onshape.com, signing in. So this is what it would look like on the first time. We'll click on create and create a new document. We'll give the document a new name. We'll call it nut. Okay. So now this would take you to the nut workspace. Okay, just like any other CAD software, we have the front, top, right planes. So the part we'll be creating today is this nut. We will start by sketching a circle on the top plane. Click on sketch, click on top plane. So the top plane is selected as the sketch plane. So to view this normal to yourself, you'll right click and click view normal to. Then we will start the sketch. We have to draw a circle. So we'll access the circle tool from here. Press on the start from the origin. Left click on the mouse there and drag your mouse somewhere. Left click again. Okay, so the first circle is made. We need another circle for the hole, so we'll add another circle here. Okay, so now this is not fully defined. This circle can be enlarged or decreased in size by moving. So we need to add dimensions to it. So the dimensions are accessed by this dimension tool here. We'll click on it, click on the circle, and give this a diameter of 52. Okay, so now we'll give dimensions to the second circle as well. We'll give it a dimension of 24 millimeters. Okay, so now our first profile has been made. It is fully defined. So now we may extrude it so that we'll have this thickened piece there. Okay, so we'll exit this sketch by clicking on tick. Okay, so now we will choose this profile. The profile is selected. We'll click on extrude here. Extrude. Okay, so now it will blindly extrude. We will set the dimension, the height of the extrusion to be 9 mm. Since this is a new body that we are creating, we will place it at new. We can't add a body from nothing, so we have to start with a new body. So we'll set it to new and we'll click OK again. So the body has been made. So now we need to add this ridge on top of it. So it has a thickness of about 1 mm. So we'll have to add a sketch here. So we'll click on this plane. We can draw a sketch on any flat plane. So this is the best plane that we can create a sketch on. So click on that sketch and click on that plane and right click and select new sketch. Click view normal to so you can see it normally. Then you can access the circle, the center point circle from here, or you may press the keyboard shortcut C so that you will be in the circle tool and start from the origin, move somewhere outside. Okay, so now this is not fully defined. We need to add dimensions. Press escape key so that we exit the circle tool. Press on dimension. We may also press the D keyboard shortcut to add dimensions. So we will set it to 29 mm. Okay, so perfect. Now this inner circle is not an entity yet, but on Onshape we can choose this as a profile. We may exit the sketch, or if we directly go to extrude, it will automatically exit the sketch. We will go to extrude. Okay, so now we are in the extrude mode, and since we have already made a new body, we may add to this body. Okay, so we'll set the depth to be 1 mm. Okay, so this is a preview, and we'll click on tick to complete the extrusion. So we now have the ridge there. So now we need to add the teeth-like features. So to do that, we'll go back to sketching on this plane, the one we just drew on earlier. So we'll click on that, right click and select new sketch. Okay, so we'll press view normal 2, and we need to start with a circle so that we'll have this circular feature there. So we'll create a circle and add 2 lines on 2 sides of it, and we can draw 1 line, and that line would be symmetrical to the other line. So we'll start with a circle. So let's click on we'll start with an axis of symmetry. So let's press this line tool, start from the origin and move out to the outer circle. Okay, we'll set this line as a construction line. This is the same as a center point line as we see in SolidWorks. Okay, so from there we'll draw a circle. Okay, this is still showing as a construction geometry. We'll right click on it and remove construction. Okay, so now it is a circle there. It is not fully defined yet. We will draw a line again from the circle towards the outer circle. Okay, so that's done. So we can mirror this line about this axis. So we will click on the line, or we'll escape. To escape, you just have to press outside this body. Okay, so to mirror, we will click on mirror, select the mirror line first. While on SolidWorks, you can just start with any of the, you can either start with the axis of symmetry, or you can start with the entity, but on Onshape we start with the axis, then we'll click on the entity to be mirrored, and yes, you see that it has been mirrored already. Okay, so now this circular part is an excess, so we'll trim it off. We'll press on trim, click on it, click on the other. Okay, so that has been trimmed. Now we need to add the dimensions. Escape, press D. We'll give this a radius of 2 mm, and we'll give this an angle of 60. So to put an angular dimension, we just click on one line and then click on the second line and drag it away and give it 60. Okay, yeah, so still it is not defined because it does not include the reference from the origin. So we'll define this point of this arc from this origin, and we'll give it as 20 mm. So now you see that it is fully defined, and we may now make this a pattern to have the same profile on all 12 sides. We need 12 of these here, so we'll go back here. We'll multiple select here by dragging, by right clicking. Okay, I had to escape the dimension tool. Okay, I'll drag from left to right, and all those entities have been selected. Then I will click circular pattern. Okay, we can see that 3 patterns and 3 number of the same entity groups that have been distributed. We'll change the number here to 12. So now we have 12 of those. Okay, so we'll click escape. Okay, sorry. Okay, change this to 12 and left click on this page. Okay, so now it has been added. We now need to extrude this or extrude cut this away from the body. So you'll have to select each. So now all three have been selected. We will move to extrude or just click okay, just okay, remove. So this remove, putting this on remove is the same as doing an extruded cut in SolidWorks, and we will give the direction or the extent to be through all. Okay, so you don't have to specify any distance. Okay, and then click tick. So now we have the gear-like pattern. Okay, what remains now is that we need this tapering on this product. So let's add that tapering in by sketching on this perpendicular plane, the front plane preferably. So I'll right click on front plane and click new sketch. Right click view normal tool. Okay, you can rotate this by clicking on these arrows here. This is what is known as the view cube in Onshape and some other CAD softwares like Fusion 360. Okay, so now we could just cut off a triangle from this front plane, so and just revolve it around this body so that it would result in this tapering end. You'll just draw a profile of a triangle on this front plane. We'll use the L keyboard shortcut to draw a line, and we'll start from here, but just notice that the point that we wish to start the drawing from is not exactly here. The point close to it is not what we are going for, that is some other point about here. This is the point of this. This is not the point we are going for. We are going for a point on the front plane. So we could use this profile or this plane of this circular plane and find the intersection between that surface and this front plane and use that intersection as a point. So we'll go to front again, then click on intersection. So we now have a point here to start drawing from. So we will click the line tool again, start from the new point we just created, draw a horizontal line, draw a vertical line. You know, this constraint is shown by that dash just below the tool there. Okay, so we'll press here, we'll add dimensions later. Okay, now we'll coincide that tool to this point again. So we have just drawn our triangle. We'll add dimensions to this, escape the tool, press on D, and we'll give an angle of 15 degrees. We don't have to worry about this length. We just have to cut around this axis. So for that we will be adding a center line or a construction line, that is an axis here. We'll draw random distance here, so we'll right click on it, set it to construction. So this would be our axis of symmetry for the revolve operation that we're about to do. We can exit the sketch and then press on revolve and choose the sketch region, then go here, select the revolve axis and then select this axis. So now we can see a preview of the revolve cut. To make this a revolve cut, we have to move this to remove. Okay, so now we have a preview of the remove cut, and let's press tick. Okay, so that's done. So we have just made almost made this nut part. Okay, so we may add an appearance to it by clicking on appearance here, double clicking here. This is just varying the colors. This does not affect the material, and we'll choose this color here. Okay, fine. We may choose any other color. We can choose blue, we can choose green. I'll just go with yellow. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so we just almost made our nut here. So this is the nut, but one thing that is lacking is this groove there. So we need to add that. And one way to add that is to manually draw a groove here, or we could use the top rod, another part that we have to design, and use it as the uh, tool to remove that groove from here. So that's it for this part. We'll continue with the next part and fully complete this part. Okay, so if you wish to upload this as your assignment, you may go to Part, right click and click on Export. Okay, then change the name to your name hyphen nut. We are giving this name to the file so that we can use it for the submissions. Okay, set the format to IGES because that's what we prefer. Okay, then there are these options, you don't have to worry about it. Click OK, and can now save this file. Click OK, save it here. Okay, now you may, if you have SolidWorks, you may type SolidWorks in your search bar. Click on SolidWorks 2020. And select Open here and choose the file. We have saved it in desktop, so somewhere around here. Okay, not on top road, not.igs. Open, and we'll be able to view the file here in SolidWorks as well. Okay, please wait for it to load. Okay, so we have just imported the file into SolidWorks here. You may run the input diagnostics, and it shows that there has been no fault in faces or gaps here, so that's fine. Okay, click OK, and now you have just imported the IGES file you made on Onshape into SolidWorks. Okay, thank you.